What's going on, YouTube? Flight Simulation Experience back for another stream, and it's been quite a while since I've done a stream. Been extremely busy and just haven't had much time to do Flight Sim very much. But we're here. We are streaming. It's kind of like a test stream, doing a trial run with the new PC that I built, which is a RTX 4070 and i7-12700KF. And just looking at the numbers here, the numbers are staggeringly better, as one would expect to be, going from an i7-8700 to and a GTX 1070 to an RTX 4070 and i7-12700KF. Right now I have everything set on high and a few things on ultra. Trees are set to low, clouds I believe are on ultra, and everything else is set to high preset. And I'm getting FPS right now that I've never gotten before after, doing about 4 or 5 flights. As you can see, we're in the 3-figure FPS range. I don't even know what or how that happened, because I was consistently for the last 4 or 5 flights of just doing just doing some regular flights, you know, depending on the airport and the airplane, I'm getting solid 40 to 50 now. FSLTL definitely is a resource hog for sure. Right now it's about 1:16 in the morning in Japan. We're sitting down here in Narita International Airport, so you're not really going to see much traffic here right now, considering that it's real late, other than maybe the FedEx or the UPS hauler, which all these aircrafts you see here are static aircrafts, which I'm going to see if there's a remove option in the scenery, which I know I&I Builds likes to do. They give you the option if you want to remove the static scenery. Considering that there's no airplanes here, I understand why the FPS is so high. No active airplanes from FSLTL, but I am shocked at this performance, especially now that we're streaming and we're running Streamlabs and the sim itself all at one time. I don't have a streaming PC that's streaming just the stream. So it is quite remarkable that I'm getting this FPS. But hey, I'm not complaining. So today, without further ado, let's get into the flight. Today, we're going to be flying here from Narita International all the way to Fukuoka International Airport. Flight time today, I believe, is, let me double check SimBrief here. I believe it's about an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 32-minute airtime. Total block time is 2 hours. It's going to take a little bit longer today, I assume, because we might be fighting a headwind. And we do have a full passenger count of 436 passengers. And we have estimated zero fuel weight of 380,853. We don't have a full payload, but we have about 80% in payload and full passengers. We are going to be utilizing PAC-X along with FS Dream Team's GSX Pro. Sitting here on the ground at gate 23 in the beautiful ANA All Nepal Airline livery in the, to my surprise, very, very good, I would even say awesome airplane, which is the Headwind Airbus A330. It feels very similar, well, it doesn't feel, but it's definitely, the systems seem very similar to the Airbus A320 from Fly-by-Wire, and I assume it's the same group. I actually don't even know. But the systems in the cockpit seem the same. So yeah, I've been flying this thing around for a couple days now, and it has been quite the joy to fly. It really feels heavy. It really feels like it would fly like a normal Airbus. I mean, I don't know what it's like to fly a real Airbus, but it definitely feels different from the Phoenix, from the PMDG, and from a whole host of other aircrafts in the sim. So I quite enjoy it so far. I like the sounds. I think they did pretty well on the sounds, and you know, hey, without further ado, let's get everything set up here and let's go through our pre-flight check. Just make sure everything works. Let's come on down here. I do have the avatar activated in the cockpit. I'm still just blown away by this FPS. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and turn some sounds up here so I can hear myself a little bit better. Actually, turn that down a little bit. Let's go on over here. Let's go to bat 1, bat 2, and then we'll turn on our ground power. Go ahead and kind of drop that sound a little bit there. Let's go to nav 2. Adirs 1. You don't have to wait for the bat bus or whatever because it's just not simulated, I guess. And then 1. We'll go turn on crew oxygen supply. Make sure we're at least above 25 volts, I believe is what the manual says. And then we're going to come on down here and turn on our emergency exit lights, as well as our no smoking light can go to the on position. There's our automatic packs that just kicked in. Beautiful. We're going to come on over here. We're going to turn up some PFDs and our NDs. Same thing over here. Our ECAMs, lower ECAM. And don't need any lighting as we have plenty of light. We'll go ahead and start our ET time. And we're going to turn this guy up a little bit on our PFD. We'll go ahead and set the barometric pressure, which I believe is 29902. Let's double check the weather here. I want to make sure we're on live weather, which we are. And it's 6:37 a.m. even though it's 6:37 a.m. in the sim, even though it's 1:21 a.m. in the morning. It feels real time in Japan. Let's come on over here to our first officer side. We'll go ahead and turn up PFD on his side as well, and turn him up there as well. Beautiful. Let's come on down here and let's get some brightness up on our McDoos. And let's go ahead and clear that message, clear that. We're going to go to Atsu and we're going to double check our weather. We're going to go to weather set and we're sitting down here at RJAA. So we'll type in RJ, plug that in there, and then we'll send that guy off. Take a look at the SimBrief panel. The new SimBrief download has all these new links here, which is really great feature in my opinion, where it was just one flat page. Now they've given you little pages here to select from, which is really cool. Let's see if that message is ready. Go to receive messages, and we do have our METAR report, which is, this is the Zulu time, 150 at 5 knots, few clouds at 19,000, scattered at 9,000, broken at 22,000, and our altimeter is 29901, 1012, so that's a little off. Okay, we will roll with that, and now we can go to our return flight. I mean, we can go to our return page, excuse me. Now we can go to our NITREF page, and let's go and request our flight plan. Uplink in progress, and we're going to request our winds as well. So we'll go ahead and send our winds off, and let's fire up our electronic flight bag here, and we will download our flight plan. As we see, we are RJAA to RJFF Fukuoka, Narita to Fukuoka, and average wind cruise flight 360. So we're going to make sure we plug in 360. And let's now go to our load page. If we go to fuel here, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it must be a bug or something, because I believe this is the experimental version. I don't remember if I'm on the stable or the experiment. I believe it's experimental. But you can see 29,600 pounds of fuel, and I need 123,000 pounds of fuel. No, that's not right. There's no way. That's what I need, 40,200 pounds. So if I go to load it, it's not doing it. You see, that should populate to, you know, instant fast or however you want to set it. I have it set to instant. I've downloaded it. See, I can remove this up and then go back to download because it's getting that from SimBrief. So 40,200 pounds, if I go to try to activate the fuel, it won't do it. So you have to wait. I have to wait till I start pushback, and then the EFB allows you to do it, which is weird. I don't understand that. But if you go to payload, you can instantly, you know, it instantly loads. So our cargo weight, our zero fuel weight, the airplane is now loaded completely. So the payload works from downloading it from SimBrief, but the fuel does not. And that has to be something with, I believe I'm on the experimental mod. There's our winds, and now let's go back. It says wind data link ready or whatever. Let's now go back to make sure we have, see, all this populates, which is really cool as well. ANA flight 153 with 436 passengers, cost index of 19. We're going to bump that up to 85 so we can get there a little bit faster. Flight level 360, and we can align our IRSs as well, unless they already are aligned. Nope, they're not. So we've now aligned our IRSs, and let's just plug in 40,000 or 40.2 in our block fuel, as we'll get that fuel in during pushback. Let's come on upstairs here and let's just knock this out quickly, which is our APU. We'll wait till our flap to open, and then we will start the APU. And we can also come down here to our flight plan and start entering in our flight. Flap is open. Go ahead and start the APU. I'll let you guys listen to the APU as I grab my coffee, and we'll continue on. Okay. I'm just going to go let the APU run for a second. I believe they say you're supposed to wait about 3 minutes, so we'll do that. It's been about a minute and a half already. And then we'll go ahead and turn on the APU bleed, and we'll get rid of our external power. Now what we can do is we can go to our departures page. Let's take a look at our flight plan here. And we are RJAA 16 right. So we'll go ahead and plug in 16 right, and we will be taking the Tetra 8 departure. So we got the Tetra 8 department with the NPAR transition. Go ahead and insert that, and then we'll plan the arrival right now. We'll take a look at the winds as we get closer and the weather, but we'll plan for 16 ILS 16. And I'd have to say this airplane lands beautifully. It's just so easy to land, in my opinion. As long as you if you get your peripherals and everything dialed in right, and your sensitivities dialed in right, and you learn how to fly the airplane, it's so easy to butter land. And watch, just because I said that, now I'm gonna smash the freaking runway. But we'll see. We're gonna be arriving at runway 16 on the Kirin arrival. Is that what that is, or is it direct from Kirin? No, it's Kirin right there. So insert that, and now we'll go to our flight plan. We'll just make sure we're all connected here. We got a discontinuity there. Go ahead and remove that, and then we should have probably one more on final approach, which it's right there. We'll go ahead and remove that, and we're all connected. Now we're going to go to our performance. Now, since we have APU bleed is on, go ahead and remove the external power. The packs automatically are in the on position. We'll turn this down a little bit. So now what we could do is we can call up GSX, and let's get GSX in. So let's go to request boarding.
Boarding requested.
It's a cool little ANA car. It'd be cool if the wheels turn too. This scenery is great. I believe it's Jerzecki design. Absolutely fantastic job on the scenery. Great performance. It'd be cool if the passengers walked around in some of these terminals like a lot of the newer scenery's doing. But hey, man, I'm still.
Do you want a board crew?
Pretty, obviously GSX takes resources too. We lost 25 FPS there.
Pilot's boarding starting.
But once again, I was here yesterday flying out of this airport and using all these same programs. Yes, the traffic was a little bit heavier during that time, but I was getting 35 to 40-ish FPS, maybe even sometimes lower than that. And if there was a lot of airplanes lined up, it was even dropping below 30 for a few seconds there. But the fact I'm getting this FPS is an anomaly to me. I believe me, I hope it stays this way. I hope I continue getting this kind of FPS, but I really need to, after the stream, research what's going on. I checked the task manager, the GPU loads, CPU load is all the same. The usage is all the same. There's been no overclocking. This is a factory overclocked card. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do some more research and try to figure that one out. But, once again, I'm very happy with the performance, especially streaming now.
Crew boarding starting.
And like I said, this PC, although not cheap, is... I think you should upgrade your PCs maybe once every 4 years so you can get that wow factor. You can first get as much as you can out of your old PC, and then when you get this new PC, you're just like, oh my god, that is a massive upgrade. And this definitely is that. Even though this is not even top of the line, this is mid-upper range, but this is not 4090, you know, which is in a league of its own in my opinion. The upgrade from a i7-8700 and GTX 1070 is night and day. It is just like, wow, what a performance increase. So our crew is coming in as well as our flight attendants. So what we'll do now is we kind of done mostly everything. Let's come on down here, make sure we're unlocked, which we are.
Crew has boarded.
There's GSX. So we're going to go ahead and just squawk 2000 here. We'll clear this out, 2000, and we'll click ident. We'll leave that off for now. We're not on VATSIM or anything like that. We just have regular traffic. Let's see if we can go in here inside the aircraft. See where our passengers are coming in, if they are. There they are. And I've heard that GSX is going to be incorporating the passengers sitting in the seats in future updates. So as of now, it's only modeled that they're walking in on and off the airplane, but you'll actually see them in the cabin with future updates, which I think will be a really cool update and just adds that extra little step of immersion, which is really cool. So as you can see, we're loading up here. Let's now go up to PACX. Let's go ahead and start PACX. I always forget to start that. We'll go ahead and drop it down to about 58 on PACX, just so it loads at about the same amount of time. Alright, now our FPS definitely dropped because we just have more programs running. Alright, so now let's go ahead and enter our numbers in. We're going to enter in our zero fuel weight, which is 380 point. We'll put 380.7. .7 our zero fuel weight center of gravity, which I believe is this guy right here, 21.32. So it shouldn't take much for us to take off. Gives us a tow of 419.8. Let's see if that's right. Yep, we're literally on the money. Wow. Minus 23 whatever pounds. So yeah, we are on the money with our weights. Now let's go to performance, and I don't have a program or anything that's calculating the V1, V2, VR or V2 or the flex temp, but if you don't have that calculator, or if you don't want to, you know, do the calculations or run a program to do it, I find that, you know, 151, 155, you know, is a good rotation speed with these weights. 161 on V2 is fine. The transition altitude in Japan is 14,000 feet. I've checked the charts as well. We're going to do a flaps 1 because we got plenty of runway, and we'll do a down of 0.2, which is pretty standard. And we'll do a flex of 54. We don't need that much power from the engines, so cool. Our takeoff speeds are set, and we're just about ready to rock and roll. Go ahead and turn altitude constraints on here, and airports on him. We'll take it on up to 14,000. And we'll take a look at our routing here. It's definitely quite the routing out to the ocean, and then you make a right and then come back around. We will, hopefully if the weather permits, we will see what is it, Mount Fuji, which would be cool, which I always love to see. And you can even print, which is pretty cool. You could print the weather here. So if we go back to AOC, menu, AOC, remove that. We go to our AOC, received messages, which was, this was our report. We can go to print it, and just like the fly-by-wire, it prints it for you, and then you can grab it, disappears, and they plug it up right there for you, which is such a cool little feature. You know, little things like this just make the experience so much better. And by the way, guys, this is a free airplane. In my opinion, they could probably charge for this airplane and they would get it. Now, they couldn't charge fly-by-wire, Phoenix money, or they couldn't charge PMDG money, but they could probably charge 20, 25, maybe even 30 bucks. I'd pay it. This is, to me, worth a $30 price tag. But over 30, I'll probably say no, but 25 to 30 is about where I'd say this airplane could be priced at, but it's free. See, now we're getting down to our 50s. When GSX is done, it should hopefully go up from there, but once again, I was not getting this FPS nearly close to this FPS for the last 4 or 5 days using my PC. I've only had my PC for about 6 days now, 6 days. What we also could do is to add the emergence, we can go to our ANA, since we don't have it in SimBrief, I mean we don't have it in PACX, we can go to ANA boarding safety video. So we got 345, so we got about under 100 people. We also could come on over here and we can make sure that we met all our checks. Gears and pins have been removed. We'll double check that, which they have been. Which I don't even know if there are gear pins that you can even put on. Fuel quantity is not set yet, but we will set that. Seatbelts are not on, but we'll go ahead and turn those on right now. Seatbelts on, adheres are set, and the barometric pressure is set before start. Parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds, thrusts are set. Windows are closed. Beacon light. So we're going to start our beacon light once they finish boarding. It's like a little bit of weather here. Alright, GSX has completed the boarding process, but as you get here, see how the FPS went up a little bit there. Now PACX is waiting for the boarding to complete there, but what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to go ahead and call our tow right now. We are prepared for pushback. Do you want to request pushback? Yes. See this guy walking up. Jetway disconnects. Door automatically closes. This guy walks right into the stairs. Beautiful. Hello. All right. Sounds good. Let's do it. Now GSX needs to work on this. I don't think that this tug is big enough for this airplane. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it just doesn't look like it would be. So I don't know if that's correct, but hey, as long as we get pushed back, that's all that matters, right?
We're ready to go when you are.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to be
Good morning, ladies and
pushing
gentlemen, and
nose
welcome
right,
aboard flight
tail left.
163 to Service to Fukuoka. Our flight time will be roughly
Oh, she said Fukuoka, very good. Alright, parking brake released. Where's that camera I'm looking for? Is it 9? There we go. Let's come on upstairs. Turn our fuel pumps to the on position. Crank mode selector to the start position. Engine number 2.
When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelts low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you.
I love the deep rumble. I mean, man, you can hear that bass.
In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is
So good.
pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the straps tight.
Alright, engine number 1 is available. Fire up engine number 2.
If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. This vest is equipped
Those
with a
massive
whistle and
blades.
if necessary, your seat cushions can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, put your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Please securely stow all
Park brake set. Okay, stand by. We will let you know if we have a good engine start.
And that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the laboratories is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Looks like we have automatic power swap over there. Says available. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and let the crew outside know that we have a good engine start. Confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Gonna turn off the APU bleed. APU can come off. This guy should have already been on.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
TA.
Please prepare for takeoff.
No, we're not preparing to take off yet, bro. Okay, so let's see here. We got that should have been on. That should have been on. Actually, we keep strobes on. Alright, let's see what camera view is this.
Again, we'd like to welcome you on board. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate a few minutes of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. You can follow along with
I just forget, it's 6.
back pocket.
Alright, flaps 1.
Please fasten your seatbelt and save the flat metal edges to the buckle and pull on the straps and tight. To release, just lift the half onto the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened low and tight across your lap. Keep the seatbelt sign is off and have it visible to the crew at all times.
Alright, we'll wait for this guy to give us the all clear, and we'll be on our way.
Wrap the strap around your waist. Clear the buckle and pull the strap tight.
Now we need to go back and make sure we set our fuel.
We're prepared to turn on the automatic water and maneuver differently. Strategy inside the aircraft.
Alright, thank you guys. Alright, let's come on down here to our fuel. Hopefully it lets us set the fuel now. Fuel and download set. See, refueling. There, it does it. Okay, 40.2. Let's just double check. Yep, there's the fuel there. Might say initialize weights again. I don't know. No, I don't think it will. Alright, we can even come on down here, I believe, to our sim brief. Or, I mean, our charts. Let's go to taxi. We're sitting on an RJAA, I believe. Are we at RJAA? Let's double check. RJAA. Beautiful. And let's go to the approach taxi charts. And let's squirrel on down here to the airport briefing page. No, that's probably not it. What is it? Let's airport, takeoff airport info. Yep, just like Fly-by-Wire, they incorporate your airplane right there. So good. This is free once again. Let me reiterate that, free. Let's come on down here. We're going to 16 right, so it'd be that. Beautiful. We're just going to be taxiing down Alpha up to Alpha probably 2. We don't need Alpha 1. Plenty of runway here. Okay, beautiful. We're going to now come on over here, and we're going to make sure we're set up for takeoff. Max auto brake is set. Flaps 1 is indicated, and we're going to go to takeoff config. We're going to make sure our predictive wind shear system is in the on position. This guy's going up, this guy's going to normal. This guy's going to lock, which it already should have been locked. And we will check the cabin once we arrive. And we will go ahead and start this cool little video.
ANA, Inspiration of Japan.
Welcome on board. Please pay attention to the following
Full left,
safety instructions.
full right, up, down, left, right. Set, parking brakes off, taxi light coming to the on
Please
position.
place your baggage in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front, and do not stack items on top of each other, as they may fall out. Nothing should block the aisle or exits. Return your seat and table to the original position for takeoff and landing. Please keep your seatbelt securely fastened whenever you are seated, in case of sudden turbulence. To unfasten, raise the flap. The use of electronic devices that emit radio waves is prohibited. Please turn them off or set them to airplane mode.
We're out of the gate area, so we can probably go ahead and turn on our runway turn-off lights.
Smoking and the use of all smoking devices is prohibited in the cabin, including in the aisle and lavatory. In case of emergency, please follow our instructions. If oxygen masks drop down, pull a mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remove your own mask and then put the oxygen mask directly onto your face. Put the elastic band over your head and adjust it by pulling the ends. In an emergency, brace for impact.
非常口は飛行機の左右両側にあります。お近くの非常口をお確かめください。
Emergency exits are located on both sides of the aircraft. Check your nearest exits.
乗務員の指示に従い行動してください。
Remain seated and wait for instructions.
脱出時の撮影は禁止です。
Photography is prohibited during evacuation.
手荷物は一切持たないでください。脱出の妨げやスライドを破損する恐れがあります。
Leave all baggage behind as it may hinder evacuation or damage the slide.
ハイヒールは脱いでください。先の尖ったものはスライドを破損する恐れがあります。
Remove high-heeled shoes and other items with sharp points as these may damage the slide.
両腕を前に伸ばし上体を起こして滑ります。
Put both arms out, sit up straight, and slide down.
スライド下での援助をお願いします。
Assist other passengers after sliding down.
すぐに飛行機から離れます。
Move away from the aircraft immediately.
救命衣は座席の下または横にあります。
A life vest is under or beside your seat.
頭からかぶり、両方の金具を留め金にかけ、左右に引いて締めます。
Slip the life vest over your head, fasten the buckles, and tighten the straps.
非常口または翼の上で前の引き手を強く引いて膨らませます。
Inflate the life vest at the door or on the wing by pulling the red tabs down.
膨らみが足りない場合は両側のゴム管を吹きます。
If you need more air, blow into the tubes.
座席ポケットの安全のしおりをご覧ください。
Please look at the safety instructions card in your seat pocket.
お手伝いが必要なお客様はお知らせください。その他ご質問がありましたら客室乗務員にお尋ねください。
If you require assistance or have any questions, please contact a cabin attendant.
All right. Just double check a couple things here. Everything looks good. Turn that off. All right, Ben. Entering Alpha 2 here. All right, let's go ahead and get our landing lights to the on position. Takeoff on, wings on. What's going on here? What happened to the stream? Let's take a look at, hold on, let me see, analytics. Something happened to the stream here? Did it cut out? Oh no, we're good. Alright, I thought I lost the stream for a minute. Okay, we're still good. Alright, cool. Everything's on here, lights, landing lights, runway turnoffs on. Let's come on down here to our traffic advisor, turn that guy on. This is on, we're already idented, beautiful. Everything here is set up. We're going to turn on our chronos in a second here. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is Cap speaking. We're number 1 for takeoff. Flight time is about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And it might be a little bumpy on the right out of here with the clouds. Hopefully it'll smooth out at about 20,000 feet. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is Cap speaking. We're number 1 for takeoff. Flight time is about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And it might be a little bumpy on the right out of here with the clouds. Hopefully it'll smooth out at about 20,000 feet. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Alright, we're clear to the right. APU's off, engines. What departure are we on? We are on the Terra 8. Let me just line up here first. Get our departure page in. Terra 8, there it is. See, we're heading on out to the ocean and then making a right turn. Alright, let's go. Alright, side 6 pressure down. We'll go neutral at 80. And we'll spool them on up to about 40. Engine stable. And Manflex SRS 54 auto throttle blue. $80 knots neutral. 100 checks. V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Follow our flight directors. Nose down a little bit. Throttle climb. Beautiful. Pitch the nose down for climb. And we'll go flaps clean. Autopilot 1. I would fly to departure, I just want to really see these beautiful views. Turn the sounds down a little bit in my ears. The engines are very loud. This view, wing view from inside the cockpit. The wing flex is absolutely beautiful, and the flex of the engines too is really great. Like you can see, like the engine moving, especially under heavier turbulence. You really see the engine moving. Alright, we can go ahead and turn off our runway turn-offs. These guys can come off. Turn the wing light off. Strobe and go to auto. Go ahead and bug up to 36,000. And we can retract those spoilers. Disarm the ground spoilers. %, satisfaction. Doing good. some of that turbulence.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet.
As a reminder, don't fast before pushing. Not complicated now.
So far, so good. Now pitching for climb at 290. One thing about this airplane that it does not have that sucks is, I believe, a working VNAV. So we have to do, they have a thing where you can calculate your top of descent in here. We've been kind of just been going off manual, off feel, and just mainly the charts. So we're going to be doing the same thing for our arrival into Fukuoka today. We forgot to start our chrono. We've been airborne for about 5 or 6 minutes. Stunningly beautiful. Let's see where we are in the departure here. This is our Tetra. And then I believe we're going to Rambo. Let's see what our next fix is. Yep, Ramba. So we'll be making a left here off to Ramba. And as we continue on down, over around here is going to be Mount Fuji, which I don't know, we may get a view, we may not. It does look a little bit cloudy out here. The standard barrel pressure. Go standard on our secondary here. Indicated, indicated, indicated both sides. Let's come on down to our fuel page. Nothing in the center tanks. And fuel on board is 35,240 pounds, and we are burning 440 pounds per minute. Wow. Temperatures look good. No anti-ice is needed. And let me just double check Streamlabs to make sure everything else is looking good, which it is. Let me double check YouTube's end. Everything looks good. Quite the glitch there. Could have been a weather update or something, I don't know. So here we need to be at least 16,000 feet, which we are. I love the scenery in Japan, it's so beautiful. Some golf courses down here. This could be outskirts Tokyo, I believe. Don't know what airport that is, but I know Haneda is over here. So I think it's over here. Wow, the way the clouds are, I mean, the job that Microsoft Flight Sim does with the weather and the clouds, especially if you have clouds turn on high or ultra, just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, we're just pretty much out of the departure here. And we're going to remove camp status was checked, pitch trim was good, rudder trim is good, taxi, flight control checks we did, flap settings we did that, we did all this, engine mode selector normal, did that, e-camp status was all blue, we lined up, TCAS, we did that, air packs were already in the on position there, now we'll go to approach. I was saying the pressure is 1010 at Fukuoka, 140 at 3, so it's pretty calm winds, 27 degrees Celsius, about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look at the temperatures here. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to see Mount Fuji today unless the weather clears. I'm going to be going ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off in a little bit if we get above these clouds and it's still smooth air. Wow, it's overcast. I'm gonna take a look at the weather in Fukuoka. Let's see what we got going on. All right, Mount Fuji is right off to our left here. I believe we're making a left turn. We are. And folks from the flight deck here, it's captain speaking. Seatbelt signs off. Feel free to move along the cabin. Air is relatively smooth, but if we do experience some of the rough air, we're going to turn the seatbelt sign back on. We've got about an hour and 18 or so minutes left until we arrive in Fukuoka. And if you look off to the left, you might be able to see Mount Fuji, but unfortunately, if not, too many clouds out there. Try to fly with us. And folks from the flight deck here, it's captain speaking. Seatbelt signs off. Feel free to move along the cabin. Air is relatively smooth, but if we do experience some of the rough air, we're going to turn the seatbelt sign back on. We've got about an hour and 18 or so minutes left until We arrive in Fukuoka, and if you look off to the left, you might be able to see Mount Fuji, but unfortunately, if not, too many clouds out there. Alright, let's take a look. Maybe get a glimpse of it. Got 1,000 feet to go, and we're at cruise. Alright guys, I'm gonna step away from the cockpit, turn on a little bit of music, turn off the mic. You guys enjoy the flight. Be back with you in a little bit.
Gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, the captain speaking. We've just reached our cruise altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat belts clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
What's going on, guys? Back here in the flight deck, about to enter in some information for our arrival. Whoa, what did I do there? Don't need that. Alright, so we're going to keep the music off for now. Alright, let's start entering in some information. Transition altitude is 14,000 feet. Winds are pretty calm right now. Let's double check the weather. In Japan, it is currently variable at 1 knot. Beautiful. So we'll just plug in 000 at 1. And the temperature there is 24 degrees. That'd be 75 degrees Fahrenheit. The QNH is 1010. We're going to hit for an approach of 146. Should be good. And we're going to be doing an ILS approach. If we go to our radio, our RadNav, the ILS is 111.7 is what we have fixed in here. Let's double check our charts. So I believe it's ILS 16. Add that to our charts. And let's see. Alright, so I'm showing 111.7, so that is correct, and the course is 158. Go back to our performance. We're going to enter in our minimums, which are straightforward at 200. And we're pretty much all set up here. Start descent probably in the next 5 or so minutes. Go to our McDo here, go to Atsu, AOC, weather request. So RJFF is what we want. Give that a minute, hopefully it'll populate. Descent's coming up. We're going to just go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on now. Let's try that again. So let's go to weather request. So I said I sent it. Take a look at our fuel. 21,600 pounds. We are doing just fine. There we go. So RJAA 150 at 5. So that's not the same as Navigraph, nav data. A few clouds at 19, scattered at 9, broken at 22. That is all. I'm seeing that from Navigraph as well, so that's correct. Altimeter 1012, I'm showing 1010. So that looks a little off. No significant weather, I believe that's what this means. Altimeter 299 or QNH 1012. Alright, we'll go ahead and print that just for the hell of it. There you have it. It's cool how they put it right over this, so it looks like there's one over the one you had there before. It's pretty cool. So if we look at our charts here, we're going to be taking the Kirin arrival. So let's take a look at that. Let's go to Kirin. So at Intix, it says you want to be at least 2,000 feet. Intix, 2,000 feet, beautiful. So we're about 80 nautical miles. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to start our descent. All right, let's VS down to about 8,000. 18, let's do 2,000 feet per minute. Seems like this thing descends very slow. Looks like it's going to be pretty clear skies on arrival, so that'll be nice. We've been airborne for about an hour and 8 minutes to be exact, since we forgot.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
All right, thank you, sir. I will make the announcement as well. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here is the captain speaking, making our way down into Fukuoka. Should be on the ground about 30 or so minutes. Temperature in Fukuoka is 26 Celsius, that'd be 79 Fahrenheit. Some scattered clouds, multiple flight levels, very minor winds out of the east at about 1 to 2 miles per hour. We'll give you gate information once we touch down. Do appreciate flying ANA today. We hope to see the flight attendants. Please prepare the cabin for arrival. Gentlemen, from the flight deck here is the captain speaking, making our way down into Fukuoka. Should be on the ground about 30 or so minutes. Temperature in Fukuoka is 26 Celsius, that'd be 79 Fahrenheit. Some scattered clouds, multiple flight levels, very minor winds out of the east at about 1 to 2 miles per hour. We'll give you gate information once we touch down. Do appreciate flying ANA today. We hope to see the flight attendants. Please prepare the cabin for arrival. And there you have it, and we will say arigatou gozaimasu, which means thank you very much in Japanese. All right. Now, as you can see here under the plan, right here, it's quite the arc. You know, since there's probably not going to be any traffic, I don't think it's really necessary to do the arc. So what we'll probably do is, once we hit Anbim, I believe that's Anbim, we're just going to vector and make a left turn, assuming we have the proper altitude and speed, which is 210 knots. We'll start to configure about here. We'll just vector ourselves and make a left. We'll just go direct to Intix. But the issue is from 8,000 to 2,000. That's quite the descent there. So what we're probably gonna do is we're going to want to be probably at about 5,000 here, and then we're going to drop to 3,000 here. Definitely should have glide slope at that point. The glide path should be above us, and then it'll dial down on in, and then we will hit our approach, and we will approach. So that is the plan. Let me just remove this and double check. Yep, that is the plan. Okay. And there tends to be some weird stuff going on like this, but I've noticed lately that it has corrected as you get closer. So I believe Fukuoka is right here. That is definitely, yep, because that's Kitakyushu Airport right there. My wife's hometown is right here. I think it's right here, yep. But yeah, we fly in to Fukuoka here sometimes. And then we just enjoy the city a little bit. It's a beautiful city. It's so nice and convenient. And then we will take a train all the way to her hometown area and then walk to her house from the train station. It's pretty cool. We may have to do the full arc as I started the descent a little late here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and descend 2,500 feet per minute. Pull out some ground spoilers. A little bumpy here. So I believe that's the airport right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and vector ourselves And then we're just going to come along here and then turn around and then come in for our arrival. Pull some ground spoilers out. It's a little island out here. I'd say to about the island, we'll turn around. Let's go ahead and start slowing down our descent here. We'll go to 2,000 feet per minute. And we will go direct. Direct intakes. And that's 21 nautical miles, so that works out beautifully. Let's set our altimeter here to 10, I believe it's 1010. Let's just double check the weather. According to Navigraph, it is 1010 2983. All right, let's slow it down to 18,000 now, and as you can see, our speed wants to come back to 250. Or 210. But we're actually going to do a speed intervention here to 250. Let's see this little island out here. All right, 22 nautical miles till intakes. Let's get our landing systems on. Coming up to 10,000 feet. So we're gonna probably want to drop this to about 2,200. Drop down to 3,000. Let's go to 2,300 feet. Maybe 2,500 will work. And lights coming on, just past 10,000 feet.
We have begun our final descent. We'll go. Flight attendants, passengers, and cabin crew and extract one final time. Principal upright seating. Please also point out carry-on items, items that possible items.
All right, we can start slowing this down at 2,100 feet per minute. And let's go to speed intervention. Start slowing down. About 2,000 feet per minute. So beautiful. Let's do 1,800 feet per minute. All right, speed's coming back. Landing systems are on. There we have glide path here. Well, excuse me, localizer. All right, we're going to hold at 3,000 here. All right, there's a runway there, I believe. We're going to go flaps 1. There's our glide path. All right, slats are out. Just going to lock our localizer. Coming down to 180. At 180, we'll go flaps 2. Absolutely stunning. It's a cool little island right here. All right, let's pay attention here. All right, let's go flaps 2. And we're going to go to approach, gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Flaps 3. Let's get fully lit up. Just let the crew, let everybody know we're ready for landing. And we're going to go flaps full. Flaps full indicated. Flaps full indicated. 2,500 call out. So once we get about here, we're going to start our recorder. What the hell is that? Is that a screw up on the elevation data? What a stunning approach. Alright, we've been cleared to land. Gears down, 3 green. Spoilers are armed. Auto brakes, ooh, brakes. Ooh, got some winds. Brakes are set, we'll go ahead and record. Thought there was no winds here. So gear down, 3 green, auto brake set to medium, spoilers are armed, crew's been advised, you guys have been advised one more time. Been clearance to land. In the glide path, everything looks good. We do have some winds picking up. Alright, so let's pay attention here and we'll take a look at the replay from all the angles once we're done, but let me just focus in on this landing here. $1,000 feet, stabilized, misapproach, 3,000 altitude set. What happened to the data? Come on, scenery. Render in. Alright, let's go to my airplane. Babbies look good.
500.
Checks. Getting a little high now.
400.
Alright, there we go. Back on glide.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Nose down gently. $60. Still manual braking. There we have it, folks. Left turn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fukuoka International Airport in Fukuoka, Japan. That was a very nice landing. I will take that one.
You cannot use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin as items may have.
Alright, we're going to make our turn around here, and then we're going to start our replays. Alright, so we'll go ahead and stop right here. Or we'll just let it keep rolling. We'll stop recording and then we'll go to replay now. Just so we don't have to activate everything again. We just got to come here. Turn that on. So let's take a look at it from this point of view. Love that just massive engine rumble, you know, that the airplane lands just so buttery smooth. Like, it's so easy to land as long as you just have your peripherals set up correctly. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's take a look at this side. Let's first come on up in here. Let's correct this guy. And I believe it's a Headwind file for when it comes to the sounds. I don't believe it's FS realistic, but when the plane main gear hits, that I think it's, I'm not sure if it's FS realistic doing that or if it's Headwind's sound file doing that. But that sound is 100% in my opinion accurate. I have been on the A350, I've been on the A330 probably more than 50, 60 times. And that's exactly how it sounds. Oh, we're going to be able to see the shadow here. Beautiful. That's when it had to re-render. So beautiful. And we'll go to replay. Do one more here. We'll take a look from the outside here.
One thousand.
Alright, let's take a look from this view. Kind of floated the nose wheel in the front just a little bit. Alright, let's do an external view and then we are all done with our views, or replay. So we're going to need to, let's get insert in. Let's go to this guy. We'll go to reset position. And we're now going to go to stop, replay, and then we're going to go to replay. So it should be way out there. Don't know what happened to the sound. Okay. Let's actually come on. Let's beat the airplane here. Let's come on and do like a little tower view. Let's take a look to see where. Let's see where I've been on this observation deck. It is really cool. Fukuoka Airport. Oh, it's still moving. Oh, I see. Okay, what we need to do now is we need to go to camera and don't follow me. Drone mode. No. Go to here. Thought they modeled people up here. I guess not. Where the hell are the gates at? Okay. It's freeware. It's not the greatest, but it's, you know, better than default. So there's our airplane there. So I've actually been right here. Exactly right here. I was here about 4 months ago. So we're going to pretend we're an observer. Let's go ahead and slow the drone speed down. Camera, let's go to slow down. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go back to camera, go back to cockpit. We will remove this camera. Okay, that camera's gone. Set ourselves back up here. And we will taxi ourselves in, and that'll be it. Alright, so while it's still on replay mode, you can make some changes here, which is nice. Well, let's go ahead and retract our flaps. Alright, we'll go ahead and get our APU. Oops, APU's coming on. Well, oh, that's right. We're still on replay mode. So what we can do now is let's go to stop replay. That gives us the airplane right where we stopped the replay. Now we can turn nav lights coming on. Actually, nav lights stay on. Wing lights coming off. This is coming down. Landing lights off. Taxi light on, and runway turnoffs can stay on. So flap is open. Go ahead and fire up the APU. Company message is probably our weights, I believe, on arrival. Let's go to add to AOC. Messages received. No messages. What is that? Maybe it was from the earlier METAR? Taxiing a little bit fast here at 22. Altitude constraints can come off. Airports can come off. We should have stopped the clock a while ago. But it was about 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think, which is about what we were scheduled for. We were scheduled for, did I save it? Let's see. We were scheduled for 1 hour and 32 minutes, and we did some replays. So maybe we touched down at about 1 hour and 28 minutes, so we probably landed a little bit ahead of schedule, which is great. APU is available. We'll let the APU run for a minute. Let that APU run for a minute, and then we'll fire up the APU bleed. We are a little fast. We're about 25 knots now. I don't know if we even have a heavy gate here. See, one suitable. Gate left, gate right. Ramp. Gate L51 heavy.
The requested position is already assigned to another
Yes,
aircraft.
selected anyway. To follow me car? No. Handling by Japan Airlines. Supposed to be ANA Airlines. Alright, probably turn off the runway turnoffs. APU bleed and come to the opposition. This could be on the other side. I don't even really know. I think it's on the other side. Yeah, I see them over there. Alright, what we're gonna do is alright, let's set the parking brake here. Let's change facility. Let's go to gate right, R51. Yeah, all these gates are too small. Yeah, because the international arrivals go to the right side and the domestic come here to the left, but I thought they accommodated 330's domestic onto this side here. Maybe not. Maybe they go to this side. I don't really know, but you know what? We'll roll with that. So we'll turn. Cool little A&A truck there. How are we doing on fuel? Man, I got plenty of fuel. Alright, let's go back to GSX here. Let's take a look. Let's go to change facilities. And let's go to gate left.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Hopefully we see anybody ground services here spawned. I don't feel like looking at the taxi charts. We'll take the next right in because it looks pretty center, just to make it a little easier. Yeah, this looks all default. Yep, there they are right there. So this is all default Microsoft Flight Sim. So the developer of this scenery looks like they just did the left side here and they didn't do the right side. But hey, I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying what it is, you know. And there they are right there, all waiting for us. This airplane also has a bug of the brakes bug, where if you brake a little bit, sometimes it'll like constantly brake and then you have to like release the brakes. It's kind of weird. I think the fly-by-wire A320 has the same issue. Yep, there's our marshaller right there. Beautiful. Alright, we're not following that. We're heading straight in. Looks like we got two people here. Oh, we've got the GSX guy, and then we have the Microsoft Flight Simulator guy. It's funny. Alright, before I do that, let me remove that. Alright, let's slow it down a little bit here. We got 2 guys. Whoops. It's so hard to get this right. See, it's so hard to get it right. It's close enough. I only get it right like maybe 2 times out of 10. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut the engines as the man outside is telling us to do. Alright. Let's go ahead and shut those seatbelt signs off. Load up to external power. These APU bleeds coming off. This is coming off. Request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
The add-on unknown is causing Culture engine to restart. Please run live update. Do you want to open log error? No, I don't. Do you want to restart crew style? Yes. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll restart. This might take a second. And let's go ahead and we've got to wait for this to populate. There we go. Let's go to request deboard.
Requested.
Alright, there goes PAC-X, and there goes GSX. Alright, we got our crew outside coming to onboard us. Should see people walking in here, since the jetways aren't complete.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Great job, gentlemen. Let's take a look. Say bye to the passengers here. There they are. Sorry guys, we didn't get the jetway exactly level. And let's take a look to see where they're walking. At least they're inside the thing. They're not like walking above it or below it. Alright, cool. So let's go on upstairs here. Let's turn off the fuel pumps. Turn these guys off. Crew oxygen supply can come to the opposition. All our lights can come off as well. And seatbelt signs, non-smoking is off. That's about it for the upstairs here. All this is off. Clear that. We can go ahead and unlock our door. Oops, that's locked. And we're good to go. Let's just go ahead and shut the power down. Bat, and external power to the opposition. There we go. We're fully shut down here. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our stream. All right, folks. Well, that's going to conclude our flight for the day. Had a great flight, good stream, great landing. The airplane performed beautifully. It did everything I asked it to do. All the programs, everything looks good. As a first stream, I would say I think I hit it out of the park personally. The stream is great. The FPS is... I'm actually, when I get off stream here, going to go and research and see if all my settings are still... Because sometimes Microsoft, they like resets your graphic settings to like normal or something. It's weird. It might have done that. I mean, it still looks like it's set to high preset, but I'm going to double check if the graphics were dropped, then that would make total sense for a double performance increase here. But I'm going to check that out and see why the FPS was so buttery smooth, you know, the whole entire flight. I mean, just look at this. Look how just butter it is, you know, with all these programs running, with streaming this as well. Yeah, so I'm going to research that. And thanks for following along and flying along with me today. Hope to see you guys on another flight very soon. I'm not sure where I'm going to next, but I can tell you my motivation for streaming now is tenfold more due to the fact that I actually have hardware that can make this an enjoyable experience opposed to what I was on before. Because what I was on before was a dinosaur compared to the current technology now, and I'm not even on the top of the top. So, yes, this PC that I built myself has been a true prize for me for my 40th birthday, and I'm very happy to have it. It was definitely time to upgrade. My old PC was about 6 years using, and it served me well for the time, but it was time to get an upgrade for sure. So appreciate you guys following along. I hope to see you on another flight and on another stream. I'll see you guys in the next one.